tonight here on their home floor at the Bren Center. It's like the Lakers rocking the gold. Boise State, they are in the road black, so we'll get you their starters right now. Marcus Scherber Jr. with Debonair Dutrieve. Emmanuel Akot is number 13, or number 14 rather. He is a player to watch for them. Abu Kijab certainly is somebody to watch as well, as Mladen Armush is there in the middle. He's trying to protect the paint for a UC Irvine program that is traditionally deep when it comes to big man talent. And now it's about finding some of those roles. No Brad Green here tonight. He is back to playing professional basketball as he's playing overseas, and now Austin Johnson takes on that center position. We'll see Emmanuel Shimunga as well. But Colin Velp, the player to watch, no question about it for UC Irvine. The Big West all-everything player, wears number 40 and is a star. The head coach of the Aiders is Russell Turner. He's back for his 12th season, as is Leon Rice, the head coach of Boise State. Our officials this evening are Randy McCall, Michael Irving, and Tony Padilla. And for Russ Turner, he has really led UC Irvine to having great success over the last many seasons. Leon Rice has done the same over for Boise State. Armush wears number 33. He's got the headband going as well. He'll be set to jump against Austin Johnson. He's got the headband and the hair taboo. The opening tip is won by UC Irvine, as Isaiah Lee will bring the ball across from right to left across your radio dial, TV screen, computer screen. However you're enjoying this game, we're glad you are. Ball goes over to Colin Velp, who has it on the right side. Velp looking face up. Now goes one dribble, right side, fall away, two, knocks it down. First bucket of the game goes to Colin Velp, and UC Irvine is out in front here 2-0 on the first possession of this game. Boy, for UC Irvine, the way they really struggled shooting the basketball on night one, it's good to see that first jump shot get in, and Velp nearly got a takeaway on an errant pass over, trying to get it to Kijab. Velp really wanted the strip there, couldn't bring it in, knocks it out. And now we'll see an inbound here for Boise State right in front of the UC Irvine bench. Akot will pass it in with J.C. Butler guarding the ball. Looking up top. Boise State likes to get out and run. Took 4 seconds to pass it in. They finally do. Here's Dutrieve being guarded by Dawson Baker. Dutrieve picks up his dribble on the right side, now gets it up top. It's over to Akot, sliding his way through the middle. Inside out game, extra pass, leads to an open look at a three. It's way off. Didn't hit the backboard, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. Dutrieve picked it up. He thought it was going to be a reset because the shot was so far off, but it never hit the rim. And that's going to be a 30-second shot clock violation and a turnover for Boise State on their first possession. Here comes UC Irvine now. It's Isaiah Lee. He has the ball. He's the point guard for UC Irvine. Pass goes over to Dawson Baker. We're watching that point guard battle right now that UC Irvine has between Isaiah Lee, Justin Hone, and DJ Davis as well. J.C. Butler missed a floater in the middle. He dribbled his way into the paint, could not get the teardrop to go. Now here goes Akot over to Armush. Armush towards the basket, gets stuffed by Austin Johnson, but it looked like AJ might have got him on the arm as well, and that's going to be a foul against UC Irvine. So the foul on Johnson is his first. It's the first against UC Irvine, first for either team here in this game. 18:44 remaining here in the opening half as Armush goes to the stripe for Boise State. The big fella, rocking the beard to boot. Free throw is short. 6'10", 240 pounds, a transfer from East Tennessee State. Now Emmanuel Shimunga will come into the game for Austin Johnson. For Boise State, they feature a pair of Arizona transfers. Dutrieve is a senior originally from Dallas, Texas. He came over from Arizona. And Akot, also a former Wildcat, is a fifth-year senior. Second free throw is good. So Boise State is on the board. Armush gets one of two. 2-1 is our score here. A minute change into this ball game. It's Dawson Baker up ahead for UC Irvine. Back to Lee, pass to Velp. He goes head fake, now picks up his dribble, passes back out to Lee. Lee has it nearly taken away. It was poked loose. It's going to stay with UC Irvine here. Russ Turner begging for the foul call there, but that was pretty good defense on that last play by Kijab, the Oregon transfer, another fifth-year player. So you talk about a Pac-12 backcourt. Boise State, 3 Pac-12 transfers in their starting 5. 2 from Arizona, 1 from Oregon. Pass goes over to Isaiah Lee. Isaiah Lee looking over to the right side, finds Colin Velp. Velp goes face up. Now pass over to Dawson Baker. Baker through the middle, gets it knocked out of his hands. He was last to touch it, and that's going to be a turnover. Boise State will take over. For Abu Kijab, I think he would have been there the same time UC Irvine played Oregon in the NCAA tournament in the round of 32. Ball goes over to Kant, and then he gets hit going up, so free throws will be coming here. And it's going to be against J.C. Butler. So that's going to be the first foul on Butler, second against UC Irvine. Not even 2 minutes into this game. It's still 2-1. UC Irvine's Colin Velp, their star player, hit a turnaround jumper on the first possession of the ball game, and that's been the only field goal so far tonight. Aycock gets that one. 18-10 remaining here in the first. Apologies for some of the technical difficulties there. We're back. Here comes Aycock again, and that one is good. So the free throw converted, and Boise State has a 3-2 lead. Here's we're just getting started here at the Bren Center in Irvine, California. Good student section crowd tonight here at the Bren. Completely full student section. It's Isaiah Lee up top. Lee looking over towards the right side. It's not there past the left. Little give and go action with Velp. 10 to shoot. Here's Lee. Lee looking down low to Velp. He gets it. Left block extended. 5 seconds. Velp going to go to work. Turn around. Fall away. Jumper. High off the glass. It's no good. And it's scooped up by Boise State. Here come the Broncos. That's a tough look. Late in the shot clock as well. Into the lane. Key jab. No. Tipped around. Shot no good. Second effort missed as well. So Dawson Baker ends up getting the rebound for UC Irvine. And here come the Anteaters the other way. Here's Baker, passes back over to Velp. Velp with a head fake. That would have been a way deep three. He certainly thought about it. He's got a mismatch here. With Armouche guarding him, and Colin Velp went to work and scored it with the left hand. Nifty move there for Colin Velp. He's got all 4 Anteater points. They have a 4-3 lead here 3 minutes into this game. Here's Dutrieve. Dutrieve gets around everybody right past Dawson Baker over Shamunga and was able to get it off the glass in for 2. The Arizona transfer showing that Pac-12 talent right there. J.C. Butler caught in traffic underneath. His shot was off the mark, and there goes the rebound over to Armouche. Here comes Boise State the other way. Little inside-out game. Jarman picks up his dribble. Now he's going to pass it back out. Shaver rounder. Now gets worked back around. Kijab. Kijab dribbling left hand, goes up on Shamunga. Wanted to kick it back out, but the pass got away. Unable to hang on to it there was Aycock, goes out of bounds, and that's a turnover. So Boise State has been a little sloppy to start this game. For UC Irvine, they've had to work to get any kind of offense going. Now here comes DJ Davis and Justin Hone coming in together. As Russ Turner tries to figure out what his rotations are going to look like. Here comes DJ Davis, an explosive scorer. He's rocking the half brunette, half blonde haircut. Dark hair on the left side, light hair on the right. And here's Dawson Baker with the basketball now. Baker picks up his dribble, goes back out over to Justin Hone. Hone kicks it over to Davis, left side. Davis, technically a freshman, gets off the screen of Shamunga. Davis to the basket, can't get it to drop. Davis started on opening night at New Mexico State. He's coming off the bench in this one as Russ Turner tries to get that point guard situation figured out. Little up and under move and a bucket there for Armouche and a foul against Emmanuel Shamunga. So that's going to be the first on Emmanuel, third against UC Irvine, and a timeout on the floor. 15:51 left here in the first. It's 7-4 Boise State leading UC Irvine. Boise State with a 7-4 lead over UC Irvine here at the Bren Center in Irvine, California. Just getting underway. 15:51 remaining here in the opening half. Here at the first media timeout. Colin Velp is all the offense for UC Irvine. He's made 2 buckets. That's been it. UC Irvine trying to stay out of foul trouble. They have 3 already. There have been none against Boise State here in the early goings as Russ Turner talks to his team in the UC Irvine huddle right now. Anger's trying to figure out a lot on the offensive side right now. The defense was very good at New Mexico State. Bent Lugent is now into the game for UC Irvine. He's going to be the big man with fouls to Austin Johnson and Emmanuel Shamunga. Armouche at the foul line here for Boise State. Armouche, the big man for Boise. 3 points already on the foul line. As Bent Lugton will now be getting the assignment to try to slow him down. Freshman from Germany. And the free throw is no good. So the and one unable to be converted there. Dawson Baker gets the rebound, and now here comes Justin Hone. Hone running the point for UC Irvine with Davis in the 2. Davis gets it on the left side, pass over to Baker. Baker to Hone. Hone in the corner, comes around a screen. Hone to the jab step, trying to go underneath, it's not there. Back over to Davis left side, it's to Velp. Velp with 10 to shoot. Velp goes face up now. Velp dribbles towards the baseline, fall away 2, no good. Bent fighting for that loose ball, can't get the rebound. Now here come the Broncos the other direction. Boise trying to extend their 3-point lead. Strong move to the basket, shot no good. Right there, and then a foul, a jump ball rather, as fighting to get into the mix on that last play was Dutre. And Dutrieve was able to avoid picking up a foul and gets a jump ball, and because UC Irvine won the opening tip, earns a possession for Boise State, so the Broncos will take over. Tough break right there for UC Irvine. Inbound goes to Armouche. Aycott in traffic, back out to Smith. 10 to shoot. Aycott with a head fake. Hone comes over, elbow jumper, money from the right side. Emmanuel Aycott able to knock it down there. Perfect from that elbow, and the native of Canada, transfer from the University of Arizona, scores 2 for Boise State. Meanwhile, Bent gets it down low, and Big Bent scores inside. First player other than Colin Velp to score for UC Irvine in this game. It's 9-6, Anteaters trailing by 3. Boise on the other end. Armouche scores right over Lugton to get it back for the Broncos. 5-point lead for Boise State, 11-6 our score. 14:27 left here in the first half. Ball goes over to Dawson Baker. Baker back to Hone. Hone taking his time up top, setting up the Anteater offense. Good lob pass inside to Bent underneath, who got pushed towards the baseline, couldn't finish in traffic. And now here come the Broncos the other direction. Here's Shaver looking down low. He gets it over to Aycott. Aycott coughed it up, but it was last touched by UC Irvine, so it's going to stay with Boise State. 14:07 to go. UC Irvine again, like they had at New Mexico State, some offensive, struggles to start this game. UC Irvine 3 of 9 from the floor to get things going early on. They also have had just 1 turnover compared to only 2 turnovers of Boise State, but it really seems like Boise State is controlling the basketball here. That time dribbled off his foot for a turnover was Aycott. Now UC Irvine will get it back. UC Irvine down by 5, 11-6 our score. Just over 6 minutes into this game, 13:59 remaining here in the opening half. Ball goes left side to Baker. Baker looking for Hone. He gets it over on the left side, and an offensive foul away from the ball. DJ Davis with a collision with Aycott ends up being a foul on Davis. And that's going to be another foul against UC Irvine. That's going to be the first on Davis. It's also the 4th against UC Irvine. No fouls have been called against Boise State so far. Ball goes over to Aycott. Aycott turns, spins, gets out of traffic. Good bounce pass through the middle. Rejected by Austin Johnson. AJ went way up, got a swat, goes into the hands of Dawson Baker, and now here comes UC Irvine. Ball goes over to Hone. Hone drifting his way down towards the left baseline. Dawson Baker with it now. Dean Keeler into the game. Keeler looking to set a pick for Baker. Crossover dribble gets through 2 defenders, hit at the basket, and Dawson Baker has earned himself a pair of free throws there. That was all created by Dawson Baker, and the foul there is going to go against Lucas Milner, the senior. originally from Kansas of Boise State. Now Dawson Baker will go to the stripe. 2 free throws coming for Dawson Baker here as the Anteaters look to chip away at a 5-point deficit right now. Baker, the second leading scorer for UC Irvine last season, freshman of the year in the Big West Conference. He's at the stripe now. First free throw attempt, no good. Boy, Baker was nails at the line last season. I mean, he was almost automatic as a free throw shooter. He missed 3 free throws against New Mexico State, and his first foul shot tonight, no good. You just don't want to see this get in his head and become like my golf game from inside of 3 feet. Dawson Baker's second free throw. That one is good. Ofure Ugajidele is into the game. For UC Irvine, he has been an energizing player for UC Irvine off the bench and as a team captain this year. Shaver Jr. has it on the right side, guarded by Davis. Nearly lost it. Now he's going to step back, gets left alone for 3. It's an air ball. Austin Johnson just scooped it up over everybody, using that 7-foot-plus wingspan. And now here comes Ofure on the other side. Ofure passes it out. Now it's an open 3 for Davis, and DJ Davis knocks it down. Leon Rice was wanting an offensive foul on the other end, and they're going to call a flop there against Boise State's Marcus Shaver Jr. The Portland transfer tried to draw a foul. He flopped, and it was called it. That was Tony Padilla who called that, and that is a very veteran official that's worked Final Fours. It's also, you just don't see a lot of flops called, but that clearly was one. And there's an air ball on the other end. Here comes UC Irvine down by 1. 11-10 our score. Ball gets into the corner for Ofure. Over to Austin Johnson. AJ looking for Davis. Davis has it on the left wing. AJ sends a pick for him. Splits 2 defenders with the crossover into the corner and an offensive foul. That time he was out of control. And that's going to go against DJ Davis. The foul on Davis will be his second. That's the 5th against UC Irvine. 12:07 left here in this opening half. 11-10. Boise State up by 1. They have the ball. I still can't believe we saw a flop called in this game. You're just not used to seeing it. Ball goes over to Max Rice, coach's son, good 3-point shooter. Inside move, no good. Missed by Ashmush of Boise State. Here comes Justin Hone now. Hone splits 2 defenders. Picks up his dribble at the foul line, looking for Dean Keeler. Good interior pass. What a steal by Keeler, and a score by Dean Keeler. The junior Southern California OC native scores it for UC Irvine, and they have the lead. First time they've led since Colin Velt made the first bucket on the opening possession. It's 12-11, UC Irvine by 1. 11:23 remaining here in the first half. It's a 3 ball on the other side. It's off the back of the rim, no good. Keeler last to touch it, no. Armush last to touch it. And it's going to be UC Irvine basketball when we come back. They may review this here at the media break. 11:18 remaining here in the first. UC Irvine 12, Boise State 11. Back at the Bren Center in Irvine, California, where UC Irvine is leading Boise State 12-11. 11:18 remaining here in the first half. My name is Trent Rush. Glad to be with you both on TV, radio, I guess I should say all 3, internet as well, on ESPN Plus, and on the UC Irvine Anteater Basketball Radio Network. UC Irvine a season ago finished 1 win shy of getting to the NCAA tournament, lost the championship game to UC Santa Barbara. 10-4 in conference a year ago. They were 10-1 here at the Bren Center last season. Outstanding defensive team. They were picked to finish second in the preseason media poll this time around. So the 5 on the floor for UC Irvine coming out of the timeout. It's Hone with Lee. So we'll see Isaiah Lee run the point with Justin Hone. Ofure Ugele in there as well. He has the ability to play I know he's not the biggest guy on the floor, but he can play the four. You won't hear with the two bigs in of Dean Keeler and Austin Johnson. Still trying to figure out some of the rotations here, and I would imagine the coaching staff is as well. Dean Keeler has it up top, 15 on the shot clock. Pass goes over to Ofure. Ofure looking left side, he finds home. 10 on the shot clock. Picks up his dribble, that's a jump shot, top of the circle, Justin Hone knocks it down. First bucket of the night for Hone extends UC Irvine's lead to 3. It's 14-11, 10:45 to go here in the first. Ball goes to Keyjab down low. Keyjab puts it on the ground. Goes up on Austin Johnson, gets hit. That's going to be a reach-in against UC Irvine. And they're going to call this on Isaiah Lee. So the foul on Lee is his first. That's the 6th against UC Irvine. 6 fouls have been called against UC Irvine, just 1 against Boise State so far. It's fun hearing some of the music they've been playing here at the Bren Center. You know what song I'm a big fan of? Tub Thumping. Chumbawamba, all-time classic. That always gets an arena going. We'll see if they get that at the Bren Center here. 10:38 to go. 14-11. UC Irvine up by 3. Trying to get that floor clean here at the Bren Center. A full student section tonight. First time in over 600 days. Students have been here for regular season basketball game. It's a Saturday night against a really good team. It's a big game for UC Irvine to get at home. 3 ball is knocked down on the left side. Hornet. Debonair Dutrieve. And Debonair Dutrieve able to get invert. Dean Keeler up top. Looking left side. Justin Hone. Hone in the pump fake. Brings it back out. Hone looking right side. Here's Ofure. Underneath, Austin Johnson draws a second defender. He's getting all kinds of attention underneath. He's going to do a turnaround fall away. I don't know that that's AJ's game. And that effectively is like a turnover here because here comes Boise State the other direction. Aycott goes back out to Rice. Rice looking inside. Coach's son turns it over. We got a tie ball game. 14-14 our score, just past the midway point here in this first half. 9:51 to go. 14-14 as Shimunga comes back in as Dean Keeler returns. Here comes Isaiah Lee. Lee looking left side for Hone. Hone looking for the slashing Lee. Still has it. Gets a screen from Shimunga. A little pick and roll action. Not there. Instead, Ofure. Ofure to Velp. Back to Ofure in the corner. On the right side, takes a dribble. Now cuts his way through the paint. Gets it over to the left side now for Lee. Lee with a step back. 6 to shoot. Fall away 2. No good. Emmanuel hustling on the offensive glass. Earns a second chance for UC Irvine and a reset of the offense. Looking back for Emmanuel underneath. Has to fight his way through it. Goes to the ground. And I think he was out of bounds. And that's going to be Boise State basketball. Boy, Shimunga was really battling for that. And he was getting bumped around there by Boise State inside and ends up being a Bronco possession. 9:05 left here in the first. Keyjam guarded by Velp, and they're going to call a carryover violation there. So a turnover against UC Irvine by Boise State as UC Irvine takes over. Colin Velp to pass it in here for UC Irvine. Just over 9 minutes remaining here in the first. 14-14 and what's been a defensive struggle to this point by both teams. UC Irvine shooting 43%. They're holding Boise State to just 38% shooting. Ball goes over to the left side for Lee. Lee slashing towards the middle. Picks up his dribble down to the left block, brings it back out. It's over to Hone. Hone in trouble. Finds Velp. His defender goes flying on a pump fake. Open 3, no good. And now UC Irvine will retreat. Pushing the ball up the floor. Here for Boise State is Aycott. Max Rice. Armouche. Now over to Keyjam. Boise State working it around the perimeter. 14 on the shot clock. Keyjam looking down low. Dutrieve. Inside-out action. 3-ball in the corner. It's good. Abu Kijab able to score it as Boise State's back on top by 3. UC Irvine on the other end. Justin Hone, the teardrop right hand. Ricochet biscuit off the mark, and this one gets picked up by Boise State. Here comes Kijab on the other side. He scores it. 5 straight points for Kijab. The Oregon transfer 5th-year player for Boise State. 5 in a row has given the Broncos a 5-point lead. 7:34 remaining here in the first. It's Isaiah Lee with it now. Lee looking right side for Hone. Hone underneath. It's DeVelt. Backing down his man. Turns, spins, shoots, and can't get it to drop. 360 revolution in every part of the rim. Didn't fall. Offensive board, though, to Ofure. And now a reset. Lee into the lane. Back out to Velp. Velp another head fake. Boy, Boise State's been flying on the head fakes. And now Isaiah Lee knocks down the 3 in the corner. The left-hander Lee on the left side, and then Rice left alone was way off the mark. A break there for UC Irvine, and now UC Irvine can tie it with a 2, take the lead to the 3. High pass down low to Colin Velp, to go way up to save it on the errant toss there by Hone. Here comes Velp now. His defender takes a charge. Offensive foul is going to be Velp's first, team 7th. And that's going to take us to a timeout. The Gator fans here wanted the flop call that was called earlier. Meanwhile, we'll take a short break. 6:40 to go here in the first. 19-17, Boise State leading UC Irvine. Boise State leading UC Irvine with 6:40 to go here in the opening half. You know, I guess there's something in the air here around this UC Irvine family of late. It's a family that has been growing as this UC Irvine team, second in the Big West a season ago. Assistant coach Alex Young had their first child just a couple of months ago. Andre Henry became a father over the offseason. Pat Flesher, important part of this UC Irvine staff when the Gators went to the tournament. He and his wife Brooke, now the proud parents of Thompson Wayne Flesher, born back in June. And then if you see me leave at any point in the game in the next couple of ones here, it's because my wife could go into labor at any moment. 3-ball is off the mark and a second chance here for Boise State. It's a family affair that is growing here at UC Irvine. Boise State up by 2. Shaver gets hit from behind, and that's going to be a foul on Isaiah Lee. So the foul on Lee will be his second. 6:13 to go here in the first. 19-17. Boise State up by 2. Shaver at the strike for Boise State, gets that one. Transfer from Portland, originally from Phoenix, Arizona, another redshirt senior. I tell you what, this is a really veteran team Boise State has. Compare that to a UC Irvine squad that has a lot of underclassmen. Langston Redfield's into the game for UC Irvine here, a true freshman, preferred walk-on. With a lot of upside, he's a Capo Valley guy from Orange County, as is Dawson Baker. So an all Capo Valley backcourt in the game right now for UC Irvine. There's Dawson Baker bringing the ball up the floor. Gets it over to Redfield. Langston with it now. Looking right side to Velp. 10 on the shot clock here for J.C. Butler, son of Karan Butler. Velp with 6 seconds on the clock, and that's going to be a foul here against Boise State. Yeah, they're going to call this one on Dutrieve. The foul on Dutrieve's is first. That's just the second foul against Boise State here in the first half. Compare that to UC Irvine, who's had 8 called against them. Langston Redfield looking to pass it in. He's looking for Dawson Baker with a head fake. Baker brings it back out. Yeah, the Capo Valley connection is real. Russ Turner's son is going to Capo Valley. Ball inside underneath. Austin Johnson can't get the finish. Now here come the Broncos the other direction. Akon sliding through everybody, high off the glass, can't get it. Austin Johnson did a good job at challenge, forced the miss, and now here come the Anteaters the other way. Dawson Baker all the way up the baseline, gets caught underneath, kicks it back out to Butler. Butler finds a wide open Austin Johnson for the slam. That ends a scoring drought for UC Irvine. And now it's just a 2-point game. Boise State 21, UC Irvine 19, just over 5 minutes to go here in the first. Good to see that dunk for Austin Johnson right there. Ormush trying to back him down, drug the pivot foot, and that's going to be a travel. Yeah, he drugged that foot, trying to give it away. And a timeout on the floor is going to be taken by Boise State, a 30-second timeout. 5 minutes to go, we'll keep it here. Langston Redfield scores a bucket for UC Irvine as they have a 2-point deficit going right now, 23-21. Trying to get it down low to Colin Velp. Velp has it in the corner. UC Irvine with possession inside of 4 minutes to go. We will not be taking an under 4 timeout here tonight. We got to keep it here. Ball goes over to Langston Redfield. He'll take a 3 and knocks it down. Langston Redfield converts. Huge 3 there. And Langston has given UC Irvine a 1-point lead. What a breath of fresh energy he has been. Coming off the bench for UC Irvine, an air ball there. Here comes J.C. Butler. Anteaters going the other way. Up ahead to Dawson Baker. Baker's going to bring it back out. It goes to Velp. Velp looking left side over to the hot hand and Langston Redfield. Langston had a layup a moment ago, then just hit a 3 on the last possession. 24-23, UC Irvine has the lead with 3:07 left here in the first half. Dawson Baker high up the glass, no good. Tipped alive by Velp. Butler couldn't hang on to it. Now turning on the Jets is Shaver going the other way. Challenged there by Redfield, but the return on the follow through is good there by Najee Smith. Good finish there by Smith. Inside of 3 minutes to go here in the first, 25-24. Boise State has just taken the lead right back. Here comes Langston Redfield looking for Dawson Baker. It's to Baker. Baker looking over for Velp. Baker's going to pull up, take a jumper, and knocks it in. Dawson Baker gets that to go for UC Irvine. He's got 5. 26-25, UC Irvine by 1. Up top to Milner. Shaver over the top, goes back out to Akon. Akon gets hit there by J.C. Butler. The foul on Butler is going to be his second. That's the 9th against UC Irvine with 2:16 to go here in this first half. Timeout on the floor. So UC Irvine now with a 1-point lead as Russ Turner will talk to his team here and try to find a way to close out this first half. I tell you what, for UC Irvine, this has been one of those games where they've had some offensive lulls, but they're playing really good defense right now. They're holding Boise State at the moment to 39% shooting. And look, that's what UC Irvine does. The Anteaters do that. Last season, the last 3-4 seasons, that has been the case for the way UC Irvine has played defense. And the Anteaters defense getting some love in the preseason poll. Just 1 vote separating UC Santa Barbara and UC Irvine in the preseason coaches poll. We've seen some big wins already. UC Davis has a big win. UC San Diego not eligible. They have a big win already this year. They beat Cal. How about UC Riverside? Picked to finish 3rd. Beats Arizona State the other night. And did so on a 3-quarter court desperation heat. So there have already been some pretty big wins in the Big West. If UC Irvine could get a home win tonight over Boise State, they can join that group. For the Anteaters, it's about finding a way to win those home games. That is the biggie, especially when you have as tough a schedule as UC Irvine does, and just kind of looking ahead for what's coming up for UC Irvine. They'll play Laverne on Tuesday, but then it's Pepperdine back here before they go to Santa Clara. Bethesda will be another home game, a non-D1 game, December the 3rd. After that, a 4-game trip. They go to Fresno State, to USC. Neutral site game in Akron at St. Vincent St. Mary, LeBron's high school, when they take on Duquesne, and then at Buffalo. So a really tough 4-game stretch there at the end of December, putting even more pressure on getting these home wins now. And yeah, that's what's coming up at the Bren Center. Looking at your screen, those joining us on the television broadcast with Laverne, Pepperdine, Santa Clara, and Bethesda. All coming up. The Santa Clara game on the road, but these games are going to be on ESPN Plus, and many games will be on the Anteater Basketball Radio Network as well, whether that be AM 830 KLAA or on KUCI FM 88.9. 26-25 with 2:16 to go here in the first. As UC Irvine breaks out of the huddle, and here they go. Anteaters trying to find a way to take a lead into halftime in a first half where they really just haven't been all that crisp. And you look at the foul situation too, 9-2. 9 fouls against UC Irvine compared to that to just 2 against Boise State. Manuel Acott at the foul line here, shooting a 1-and-1 for the Broncos with 2:16 to play here in the first. Foul shot's no good. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Colin Velp secures the rebound for UC Irvine. Now here come the Anteaters. Langston Redfield has it over on the right side. Redfield with 5 points, just hit a 3 a moment ago. It's only taken 2 shots, made them both. Langston looking over for Dawson Baker, fellow Capo Valley teammate. High pass down low. Goes over to Velp, who has it down to the left block. 8 to shoot. Has a little bit of space. The fall-away jumper tiptoed its way on the front of the rim, didn't fall. And now here comes a rebound and an outlet out to the Broncos. Boise State in transition. Shaver Jr. with the head fake. Gets around to Fure. Now here's Shaver again. Shaver with a little arm extension there. It wasn't called. Created some space, missed the jumper, Velp the rebound, and now UC Irvine has 90 seconds. Try to build upon this 1-point lead. 26-25, Anteaters at the moment. Ball goes back at the Velp. Velp gets through everybody, now pass it away. Back down to Velp inside for UC Irvine. Velp finds a slashing Ofure, gets knocked away. It's going to stay UC Irvine ball with 12 ticks on that timer as Justin Hone returns. Langston Redfield's going to come out of the game to a nice ovation from the UC Irvine section right behind the Anteater bench. Langston comes from a very athletic family. His brother Max was a star high school football player at Mission Viejo, played great basketball as well, ended up going to Notre Dame. Minute 17 left. 12 seconds left in the shot clock here. Justin Hone will be the inbounder for UC Irvine. Looking to add on to this 26-25 lead. Hone with it now. Hone finds Velp. Catches it over on the left side. Less than 10 to shoot. Here comes Velp. Velp still with it, dribbling his way. Goes up with it, gets knocked out of his hands, gets it back, fights his way up, gets fouled with 3 seconds on the shot clock. And Colin Velp's going to get a couple of free throws here. Boy, Colin was really working for something, anything. Finally got it. And that's going to be a foul on Najee Smith. That's the first on Smith, just the third against Boise State. And now Colin Velp will go to the strike. Austin Johnson and Ofure Ujugele trying to help rebound here, and Colin Velp misses the free throw. Boy, missed free throws were a problem at New Mexico State. They didn't get all that many chances, and they didn't convert the ones they got. UC Irvine in this game, Dawson Baker 1 for 2, and then Colin Velp just missed his first here. The Anteaters have only gotten 3 free throws. They've missed 2 of them, and that time Colin gets it. So a 2-point lead now for UC Irvine, 27-25. 67 seconds left here in the first. Boise State Acott kicks it out. 3 ball off the mark. Missed strong. And that was a missed 3 on the far side. And a rebound goes to UC Irvine. So here come the Anteaters the other direction. Justin Hone with it now. Running the point for UC Irvine. Back out to Baker. Baker in traffic. Fires up a jumper. It's no good. Rebound there for Armush. Got a 6-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock here. Here's Acott, guarded by Home. Taking his time with it. Boise State, the Broncos down by 2. Smith for 3, way off the mark, didn't draw iron. So no reset here. Now Acott will fire a 3. Second chance, no good. Keeler trying to get the rebound. O'Fury in there as well. Should be a jump ball. It is. That means UC Irvine possession. Anteaters have the arrow. So UC Irvine will have 8.7 seconds to try to add on to this 2-point lead here in the first half. Boy, for all the struggles UC Irvine has had on the offensive end, they're playing great defense, holding this Boise State team to 25 first half points as long as something crazy doesn't happen here. Boise State shooting 35%. They're 2 of 11 from behind the arc, and some of these threes are not close. Boise's in a full court press. Velp, your inbounder. He's able to get it over to DJ Davis across midcourt, and a timeout called by Russ Turner with 6.4 seconds. You know, this is a great opportunity here for UC Irvine to take a moment, draw up a play as the ball got across midcourt, and just take advantage of every possession. There are no throwaway possessions, especially when you have a very good team out of the Mountain West in Boise State. They'll pick in the top half of that conference in their preseason poll. UC Irvine picked to finish 2nd in the Big West. Boise State 4th in the Mountain West. But with some of the other teams in the conference, you know, for these Big West teams already getting some early wins here in the first week, UC Irvine says, well, wait a minute. We're the top dog. We want in this party. And they have an opportunity at home against a very good Boise State team tonight. They're up by 2, trying to make it more here. Now, if they can take a 2-possession lead into the break, that would be outstanding. Hey, having the lead at all, the way that this game started for UC Irvine, would be successful. They've really played lockdown defense. That is a staple of this UC Irvine, Russ Turner-led program. Dawson Baker will be the one to pass it in for UC Irvine here. 6.4 ticks left here in the first half. Looking for DJ Davis. It's not there. Dawson tries a lob pass over to Bent, gets it down low. Bent with it, 1 dribble, and he gets fouled. So a foul here goes against Boise State. That's on Armush, and that's his first, team's 4th. 2 more fouls to give for the Broncos with 3.8 seconds to go. Not a bad foul there, but what was looking like going to be a broken play, Bent kind of saved the day there for UC Irvine. Now Hone will pass it in underneath the Anteater hoop. Hone looking for Baker, able to get it to him in the corner. Baker with a head fake, splits 2 defenders, 1 second, gets the basket, can't get the lay-in to go. He goes down hard there as well, protects his head going to the floor. It was a really good take by Dawson Baker, did everything but go through the hoop. 27-25, a defensive struggle here in Irvine, but it's the Anteaters who have a 2-point lead over Boise State at the half. (27-25), UC Irvine leading Boise State here at the half. UC Irvine in the first half shot 41%, but the story is holding Boise State to 35%. Early on, it was a contest inside where we saw UC Irvine able to get it down low to the big man, Bent from Germany. Strong move inside by Lugden. And then on the other end, UC Irvine able to get a little inside-out game going on. Ball being worked into the corner. There is a 3 there by Dutrieve. A Pac-12 transfer, one of 3 Pac-12 transfers in the starting 5 for Boise State. Austin Johnson had a big slam in there in the first half. Austin Johnson was his only 2 points. Leading scorer for UC Irvine is Colin Velp, but then Langston Redfield had 5 points as well. They're the leading scorers in the ball game right now. 3 Broncos had 5 points, and Hey, you talk about defense really being the story. Well, UC Irvine only took 4 threes. They made 3 of them. Compare that to Boise State, who was 2 of 11 from behind the arc. Turnovers, not really a huge factor. UC Irvine had 5. Boise State had 6. The fouls were a big story. UC Irvine with 9 fouls to 4 of Boise State. But, you know, UC Irvine did a pretty good job protecting the basketball. They did a good job rebounding the basketball, though they are getting out-rebounded now, 5-2 on the offensive glass in particular. But you protect the ball, you play good defense, you're going to give yourself a chance to win. We'll step aside for one more quick break. When we come back, start of the second half here at the Bren Center, where UC Irvine leads Boise State 27-25. UC Irvine by 2 here in the break as we get ready to go for the starts of the second half. My name is Trent Rush here with you courtside at the Bren Center, where in the first half we saw UC Irvine play their patented really tough defense in that first half. But they also did a good job, I thought, being pretty efficient on the offensive end, certainly from behind the arc, 3 of 4. But these are the guys to watch this season for UC Irvine. Colin Velp just 5 first-half points, but he is the go-to all-everything in the Big West Conference. Dawson Baker believes maybe he can contend for Player of the Year honors in this league. And to this point, just 3 points so far in this game. These are the only 2 Anteaters in double figures in the season opener at New Mexico State on Tuesday night, a game where UC Irvine lost. Boise State beat Utah Valley that night. So the Broncos 1-0 coming into this game. UC Irvine 0-1. As we get ready to start this second half, UC Irvine trying to protect this 2-point lead, a home underdog tonight here at the Bren Center. You don't see that often. A good student section crowd in attendance here at the Bren. Part of the culture building here at UC Irvine, a Saturday night with a really good opponent in town. 2 weekends in a row. It's Boise State tonight. Pepperdine will be here a week from this evening. It's Aycott with possession here as Boise State starts the second half with the ball going from right to left. Here's Aycott on a little give-and-go action. Tries to get an alley-oop inside. Rejected by Austin Johnson. AJ with the swat. Now here comes UCI going the other way. So a stop on the opening play for UC Irvine. Here's Isaiah Lee, gives it over to Velp. Anteaters dealt with a lot of foul trouble in the first half. Here comes Colin Velp, backing down his man right now. Single coverage, turn, spins, shoots, and scores. Colin Velp with the baseline jumper. He's got a team-high, game-high 7. And UC Irvine's up by 4. It's their largest lead tonight, a 4-point lead. 29-25. UC Irvine on top. Here comes Boise State. Shaver, the point guard, able to pass it away. Aycott through the middle. Another lob pass down low. Well defended inside by UC Irvine. And that's going to be a travel underneath. A turnover by Armush. And the Serbian native gives it away. So back-to-back stops for UC Irvine to start the second half, and they got a bucket from Colin Velp. Here comes UC Irvine a minute into the second half, trying to build on this 4-point lead. It's Isaiah Lee looking for J.C. Butler, running the baseline. Now a pass over to Dawson Baker on the right side. Shifts his way over down towards the baseline before he passes to Colin Velp. Here comes Velp with a left-handed hook shot, just left it off the front of the rim. Aycott up the other way. Boise State pushing the ball up. Here come the Broncos. You know, the Anteaters have gotten Boise State to play their tempo. And there's going to be a whistle away from the ball. This is going to be on Austin Johnson. And the foul on AJ is going to be his second, as he was battling underneath. The big fella for the Broncos, and Russ Turner was just on him, hey, you can't swim. Doing some instruction right there. That's where Austin Johnson picked up the personal. Armush the pass over to Kejap, over to Shaver. Ball goes down low. Little inside-out game being played by the Broncos here towards the basket. Count it, and 1. Scoring it inside is Debonair Dutrieve, the senior transfer from Arizona. Gets that one. That's the second team foul against UC Irvine there. Second personal on Butler, and now here comes Dutrieve. Misses the free throw, so can't convert the and 1. And now a foul here on Boise State on the rebound attempt, and that is going to go to Armush. That's going to be his second, team's first here in the second half. 29-27, UC Irvine by 2. Anteaters have the balls. Boise State picks up at a full court. comes Isaiah Lee. I remember a couple of years ago when Anteaters were just super young. I guess it was last season. You'd see a full court press and you just got nervous right away if you're a UC Irvine fan. That's not really the case anymore. Here's Dawson Baker. Baker looking for Velp. Velp being well defended here. Baker gets his pocket picked by Shaver. 2-on-1. Shaver to the basket, defended by Isaiah Lee, and Lee picks up a foul. He thought he had a stop. Good job by Lee getting back. Shaver's going to go to the line. But Dawson Baker just got robbed there. And going up the other way is going to lead to free throws coming for Boise State. Isaiah Lee saying, wait a minute. No, Isaiah hit him. 18:01 to go here in this ball game. 29-27. UC Irvine by 2. Shaver's first foul shot's good. It's a 1-point game. DJ Davis is going to enter as Isaiah Lee goes to the bench after picking up his third personal. So here's Davis at the stripe. Or Davis into the game, rather, as Shaver's at the stripe. He's got 5, make it 6 with that foul shot. So Dutrieve's leading the way with 7 for Boise State. Shaver 6. Kejab and Hormush have 5 each. For UC Irvine, it's Velp with 7 points as Austin Johnson gets it underneath and slams it home. AJ's second dunk of the night. He's got a couple of swats as well. Reverse layup, no good on the other end. Johnson hustled back for the rebound, and now here comes UC Irvine trying to build on this 2-point lead. 31-29, Anteaters on top. Here's DJ Davis. Davis just beyond the free throw line, tiptoed on the front of the iron, didn't drop, and now here comes Boise State on the other end. I think Russ Turner thought that UC Irvine might have rushed that shot a little bit. They got the momentum right now. Meanwhile, a foul here on the floor is going to be against Boise State. Check that, against UC Irvine. That's on J.C. Butler, and that's his third. So that's the 4th against UC Irvine here with 17:24 remaining in this ball game. Ofure is in. Ujadu Gele, the spark plug for UC Irvine, and a team captain. Shaver in trouble, gets rid of it. 15 to shoot. Through the middle, Kejab doesn't go. Austin Johnson goes way up for that rebound. That's his 4th board tonight with 2 blocks, 2 dunks. DJ Davis looking left side to Ofure. Ofure now to Baker. Baker. The Anteaters working around the perimeter here. Some 3 minutes, or just over 3 minutes, into this second half. Baker looking inside, not there. Goes back out to Velp. 5 seconds to shoot for Colin Velp here. 4 seconds, he's got to get rid of it. Gets bodied up, the fall away too. Just barely grazed the front of the rim there. Not a very good possession at all for UC Irvine. And now here come the Broncos the other direction. Austin Johnson trying to get a swat. Instead, a reverse lay-in goes. Good take right there by Kejab. And that ties up the ball game at 31 apiece. 16:26 left. Here's DJ Davis hustling up the floor for UC Irvine. Looking down low to Velp, gets taken away. Poked free by Kejab, and now it's a 3-on-2. Shaver left alone. Wide open 3, no good. Boy, they cannot buy a 3 tonight. Boise State 2 for 12 from distance. Ofure's limping a little bit, trying to play through some pain as Dawson Baker gets bumped. And that's going to be a foul here against Shaver. I think it's going to be a shooting foul. So Baker should get 2 free throws here. Maybe they'll call this one on the ground. We'll have to see. It is going to be on the ground. So Max Rice is going to enter for Boise State. Along with John Smith, or Najee Smith, rather. Najee Smith in. 16:06. 31-31. Davis is your inbounder with Dutrieve. Guardium there on the baseline. Anteaters lined up in a line. Stack play. They go over to Austin Johnson. Now it's back out. And UC Irvine can set up their offense with a fresh shot clock. Ofure gets bloodied up, and that's going to be a foul against Boise State. And Max Rice went to the ground. There was a flop called earlier in the game. Russ Turner thought that should have been one as well. And I think Russ has a case. And that's going to take us to a timeout. So 31-31 is our score. Boise State and UC Irvine all knotted up with 16 minutes to go here in the ballgame. 31-31 our score with 16 even to go here at the Bren Center in Irvine, California. My name is Trent Rush, happy to be with you here on a simulcast on ESPN Plus as well as KLAA and KUCI. UC Irvine and Boise State in a battle at the Bren. Little non-conference action for UC Irvine, just their second contest of the season. Same can be said for the Broncos. UC Irvine trying to get their first win of the year after losing on Tuesday at New Mexico State. Boise State won their opener at home over Utah Valley. DJ Davis will inbound it here as UC Irvine will have possession coming out of the timeout. Pass goes over to Velp, right back to Davis, all alone to the corner, and he hits the three! Beautiful action on the inbound. Davis passed it in, gave it to Velp, right back to Davis, knocks down the open tray. That's how you come out of a timeout. Irvine by 3, 34-31. Armush inside, stopped underneath by Johnson. Ball still bounced out, and now a reset here for Boise State. Anders just couldn't hang on to that rebound. They got the stop. Now Dutree has it up top for Boise State. 9 to shoot. Here's Dutree. Dutree gets around Johnson, kicks it over to Rice. Rice spins out of traffic. The floater doesn't fall. Another offensive rebound goes here over to Boise State. Now here's Shaver, 15 seconds into the corner. See if they're able to score on the third chance on this possession here. Boy, the Gator defense is having to work. There's a step back three look off the front of the rim. That time O'Fiore gets the rebound up ahead of Dawson Baker. So 3 stops on that possession for Irvine. Baker in transition, count it, and 1 for Dawson Baker. No! Offensive foul! It's not a reviewable play. Wow! Looked like an and 1 on the floor, and the late arriving call results in a turnover and takes points off the board for UC Irvine. Boy, the Boo Birds are out here at the Bren. It's not just the call, it's the timing. The referees conferred and got together and determined it was an offensive foul on Dawson Baker. That's his first. He goes to the bench. 5th against UC Irvine, who's up by 3. Armush, the pass over the right side for Rice. Gators are playing like they're the team that has momentum right now. It could go either way. All it takes is a 3 to go for Boise State. They just have not gotten hardly anything to fall tonight. There's Max Rice. Max Rice gets swatted. AJ with his 3rd of the night. Austin Johnson is simply a block machine down there for UCI. 14:29 to go, 5 seconds left on that timer, where Boise State will inbound. UC Irvine trying to protect this 3-point lead. A lot of basketball left. Lob pass goes to Rice. 3 for Shaver off the backboard, no. And a stop by Dean Keeler forced the jump ball. UC Irvine owns the arrow. They'll take over. Dean Keeler, what a job there to get a block inside and force a turnover. That after Boise State had gotten the second chance. Boy, Keeler had just come off the bench, was in the game for a second, and instantly contributed. Langston Redfield checks in for UC Irvine as well. Here's DJ Davis to bring the ball up the floor for the Gators. Davis taking his time to get across midcourt for UC Irvine here. Keeler sets a pick for him. Davis, little hesitation. Pass was short. He tried to get it to Austin Johnson. Pass just was underthrown. Here comes Smith on the other end. Armush inside. Rice, pump fake. Smith open 3-ball right side off the front of the rim. Justin Hone gets the rebound. Another missed 3 there for Boise State. 2 for 13 now are the Broncos. Here's Justin Hone. Hone looking back out for Keeler. Now left side for Redfield. Keeler's going to set a pick for Langston. Keeler now has it up top. He can dribble it a little bit. Pass goes over to DJ Davis, right side. He's caught down low. Finds Austin Johnson, right hand. Hook shot. Missed it strong. And a missed chance down low for the Gators. Up ahead, long lead pass. Tipped alive by Johnson. Saving it is DJ Davis. And UC Irvine's going to get it back. Boy, a transition blown chance there for the Broncos. Now here comes DJ Davis. Davis has a mismatch with a big fella and Armush guarding him. Davis still has that mismatch going. He's going to get right around the defender. Now finds Keeler. Open is Hone. Hone down low Johnson. Johnson backs down his man. Right hand hook shot. Again, missed it strong. AJ's had a tough time finding that touch down inside tonight. 7 minutes into the second half. 13 minutes left here in this game. 34-31. UC Irvine still up by 3. Gators are getting really good looks down low. They're just not dropping right now. Here comes Boise State on the other side. Rice passes back out to Akon. Akon, 7 seconds, turns, spins, shoots, and scores it. Nice bucket right there by Akon. He's got 6 points. 12 and a half left. 1 point game. 34-33. UC Irvine leading Boise State by 1 here on their home floor. Gators have the ball. It's DJ Davis going over to his left side before he passes over to Justin Hone. Keeler's going to set a pick for him. No look pass to Keeler, who gets tripped up down low. Boy, the Boise State defender there went down and almost took out Keeler at his knees. They're going to call that a foul on Najee Smith. So 4th against Boise State. There have been 5 called against UC Irvine. At one point in the first half, it was 9-2. 9 fouls against Irvine to just 2 of Boise State. It's evened out since. 12-13 left here in this game. UC Irvine trying to get a home win in front of a good crowd here at the Bren. Hone's your inbounder. He finds Keeler. Keeler with it. About 15 feet away from the basket, takes one big dribble, now finds DJ Davis. He's going to fire left elbow extended, missed it strong. Keeler chases after the loose ball. Second chance. Redfield passes on an open look. Now they go down low to Johnson. Johnson with the shadow. Goes up. Can't get it to go. Akon the rebound. Now here come the Broncos. Shaver turns on the Jets. Gets to the basket and scores. And Boise State takes the lead back with that bucket in transition. 5 straight points for Boise State here. After the potential and one was called a charge and really changed the complexity of this game. Here's Dean Keeler. Looking over for Justin Hone now. Here's Hone, step back. Hone looking over to the left side. It's not there. Hone still dribbling his way. Gets into the middle. Down lows Keeler, who gets hit. No whistle. Ball is loose. Picked up by Boise State. Broncos looking to push. Here come the Broncos now. Key jab for 3. Missed it long. Johnson the rebound. And now here comes UC Irvine. This is with the Gators' second unit on the floor right now. The second unit's done a very good job in this game, though UC Irvine's down by 1. Redfield has it knocked out of his hands. Key jab picks it up. Here comes Boise State going the other direction. With the group on the floor right now for UC Irvine is starting to look tired. They've had to work hard. 10:47, and it's been a grinding kind of basketball game. Akon passes it away. Boise State around the perimeter. Now they'll finally go inside. Dean Keeler, good stop, but an open look for 3 by Smith. Another missed 3. Boise State is 2 for 17 from behind the arc tonight. UC Irvine down by 1. They have the ball. Davis, cross-court pass, finds Keeler down low, and Keeler able to get it with the right hand. He scores. Timeout on the floor. Will take 1, 2. 36-35. UC Irvine takes a 1-point lead with 10:20 to go here at the Bren. A 1-point lead for UC Irvine, 36-35, 10:20 to go. Here in a game that has been all about defense. UC Irvine shooting 39%. When you know it, that's better than Boise State, that's shooting 31% in this game. Boise State is 2 for 17 from 3. UC Irvine's 4 for 5. But this has been just one of those games where it's just been a war of attrition. And everything is just a battle. Nothing is easy. Bent Lupien is into the game. And now here comes Boise State. Akon, run of the point. Broncos working it around the middle. Now they go down low. Lupien trying to body up his man. Gets beat on a reverse, and the shot no good inside there by Armouche. And now here comes UC Irvine the other direction. Ander's trying to build on his 1-point lead. Open his Velp. Pump fakes a three. I think he thinks he should have shot it. Now it's over to Isaiah Lee. Back to Velp. Top of the circle. He likes it there. Puts it on the ground. Instead gives it away. Over to Justin Hone. Hone with 10 on the shot clock. Has it for UC Irvine on the right side. Hone trying to find his way. Gets down towards the baseline. Fall away two. Off the mark. Rebound secured by the Broncos. And now here comes Boise State. Here's Akon again. Guarded by Isaiah Lee. As Boise State has a chance to set up their offense as they try to take the lead back. A foul on the floor here is going to go against Dawson Baker. That's going to be his second, team sixth. So after this, UC Irvine is going to be in the bonus with 9:26 to go. Timeout on the floor. We will take one as well. 36-35. UC Irvine up by one with 9:26 to go here at the Bren. UC Irvine with a 1-point lead right now over Boise State with 9:26 left here in the contest. Boise State has the ball. They will inbound here. That last foul against UCI, they're 6, so the Broncos will be in the bonus the rest of the way after this. Armouche takes the inbound. Up top, trying to get the floater. Akot can't get it. Ball comes free. Saved by Boise State. They'll get another chance. That was a really good play by Smith inside. Little hesitation on the center step by Akot. A fresh shot clock. 12 to shoot now for the Broncos. Shaver being guarded by Isaiah Lee. 5 seconds. Shaver now. Off the top. Jumper. 1 to shoot. And it goes. 1-point lead for Boise State, 37-36. That hit off the bag of the rim, then the front and fell through. That's a home rim kind of bounce right there. Meanwhile, inside getting hit hard was Dawson Baker. And Dawson Baker is going to go to the line here and get 2 free throws. Armouche picks up that one. That's his third. So now Dawson Baker will get 2 attempts from the stripe. Baker is 1 for 2 from the line in this game. Gators as a team just 2 for 4. Compare that to Boise State, 7 of 11 from the line. 8 minutes and 39 seconds left here in this basketball game from the Bren Center in Irvine, California, where UC Irvine right now is trailing Boise State by 1. For the Gators, Dawson Baker is at the stripe. First free throw is good. So that ties the game, 37-all. Different Dutrieve is back in. Yeah, this is a Boise State team with 3 Pac-12 players in their starting unit. 2 from Arizona, another from Oregon. It's a much more veteran team than UC Irvine, but UC Irvine won at Boise State 2 years ago. They're trying to sweep this home-and-home series. Trying to defend the Bren, something they did in 10 of 11 games a year ago as Baker gets both free throws. So now UC Irvine's back on top by 1. We've had a seesaw second half, to say the least. UC Irvine went into halftime with a 2-point lead. They're up by 1 at the moment. The 5 on the floor right now for UC Irvine, Isaiah Lee with Dawson Baker in the backcourt. J.C. Butler's your 3. Colin Velp and Austin Johnson in there as well. It's a starting 5 for UC Irvine at the moment. 15 on the shot clock here for Boise State. Akot with the pass over the right side. They don't have nearly the same depth that UC Irvine does. Trouble down low. Inside out game. Jab step. Are they going to take another 3? They've been miserable from behind the arc tonight. Ball gets knocked loose with 1 to shoot. Up ahead to Butler. Butler with the lay-in. J.C. Butler the strip and the score. And UC Irvine's up by 3. 8 minutes to go here at the Bren Center. 40-37. UC Irvine on top. Boise State working the ball around the perimeter here. Slashing through the middle. Akot down low. Over Johnson, no good. AJ gets the rebound. Austin Johnson with his 6th rebound. He's had 3 blocks, 2 steals, and 2 dunks tonight. He's got 4 points. Colin Velp in the Gators' leading scorer with 7. That's been on 3 of 10 shooting. Here's Colin Velp, who has it now for UC Irvine. Velp, right hand, hook shot, gliding through the middle. No good. J.C. Butler fought for the offensive board. He missed the putback, but got fouled. So now J.C. Butler is going to go to the line for 2. And that last foul is going to go against Boise State's number 14, Emmanuel Akon. Timeout on the floor. We'll step aside as well. 40-37, UC Irvine leading Boise State by 3 with 7:26 to go. UC Irvine by 3 with 7:26 left. 5 on the floor for the Gators are their starting 5. Isaiah Lee, Dawson Baker, J.C. Butler, Colin Velt, and Austin Johnson. J.C. Butler worked hard for a putback. He's at the line. DJ Davis has been one of the players of the game tonight. 6 points. He's hit 2 threes, 3 assists. He has had 4 turnovers tonight. You want to see him cut that down. But Colin Velt was 7, 4 boards, 4 assists. J.C. Butler gets that one to go. He's got 3 points. Yeah, Colin Velt 4 assists tonight. Compare that to Boise State, who's had 5 as a team, as J.C. Butler gets both. For UC Irvine, they've had 10 assists on 16 makes. That's an encouraging sign. Well, encouraging about the assists, less encouraging about just 16 makes with 7:13 left in a ball game. Akot with a pump fake. Akot gets all the way to the hoop before A.J. pins him. His 4th block tonight. Another rejection for Austin Johnson. 5-point lead for UC Irvine inside of 7 minutes to go. Here's Isaiah Lee. Lee looking for Dawson Baker. He finds him. Here's Dawson with it now. Gets a screen from Velt. Past the Velt, back to Baker. Baker with a pump fake. Gets his defender up in the air, gets a seam, and scores! The up and under move for Dawson Baker leads to a bucket. Irvine's got a 7-point lead. It's the biggest lead for any team tonight. Armush, pass it back out. On the attack, Akot down low. Retrieve, as Dawson Baker got hit in the stomach there. Or maybe just below the stomach. And he was clearly in some pain. Bucket is good, and a timeout on the floor. Called by Boise State. We'll keep it here. 6:17 left here in the contest. 44-39, a 30-second timeout. So Boise State will have 2 timeouts remaining, as do the Gators. As Russ Turner talks to his team in the UC Irvine huddle right now. Gators got it out to a 7-point lead, but what a job tonight by Austin Johnson. He's only got 4 points, but he's forced 6 turnovers, 4 blocks, 2 steals. He's got 6 boards. UC Irvine actually losing the rebounding battle right now, 31-30, but winning the ball game by 5, 44-39. Boise State's had 10 offensive rebounds. That's an area UC Irvine will want to clean up. But boy, the Gators have been good on the defensive end. Boise State shooting just 31%. And that includes being 2 of 17 from behind the arc. Gators have been locked down from distance. Colin Velt with the pass in. He gets it over to Isaiah Lee. Here comes Zay. Zay gets bumped. Still with him. He got a much bigger defender is on Isaiah Lee, and he just picked up a foul. And that's going to be the 7th against Boise State. 2nd against Akon. But that's going to send UC Irvine to the line. So Isaiah Lee will shoot a 1-and-1 here as that foul puts the Gators in the bonus. So we'll have free throws the rest of the way with 6:07 to go in front of a good crowd here at the Bren Center. Here's Zay. Free throw. Missed it strong. Keyjab gets the rebound. You can't miss the front end of a 1-and-1, especially in a game like this. Keyjab the other way. AJ tried to pin him. He went just high enough and scored it off the glass. Back-to-back buckets for Boise State has made this a 1-possession game. 44-41, UC Irvine by 3, under 6 to go. 5:45 to be specific. It's over to Dawson Baker, gets a pick. They're set for him by Velt. Baker trying to get a handoff underneath. Dawson Johnson got knocked away. It's a good take by Dawson Baker. And it's going to stay UC Irvine basketball with 13 ticks on that timer. 5:39 to go here in the ball game. Isaiah Lee is going to be the inbounder here for UCI. able to find Velp. Velp has it on the left baseline. Gets it over to Dawson Baker for three. And Baker knocks it down from distance. Dawson Baker gets that one to drop. Baker's got 7, and UC Irvine's got a 6-point lead. Big three right there, and that was well behind the arc. Dutree with the pass inside, back to Akon. Slips through. Behind his back, he dribbles. Knocked loose by Isaiah Lee and picked up by J.C. Butler. A key turnover right there. Here comes Butler in transition. He gets knocked off his leg. This is going to be Boise basketball. Yeah, that's the right call. The Irvine bench doesn't like it, but it happened right in front of us. That's the right call. The fans here, I don't think have the same angle, but that was, there's no denying, that was the right call that was made by the official. It should be Bronco ball. That's how it was scored and ruled on the floor. Here comes Boise State. Anteaters will have the momentum and a 6-point lead. Under 5 minutes to go. Dutree into traffic. Johnson's 5th block. Here comes J.C. Butler now. Austin Johnson has more blocks than he has points. 5 blocks, 4 points. Isaiah Lee passes back out to Dawson Baker. 5 rejections in a game against this kind of a team. We've seen it against non-D1s. Here's J.C. Butler with the floater inside. And J.C. Butler has given UC Irvine an 8-point lead. 49-41, 4 minutes and change left here in the contest. Boise State has the ball. Kijab needs this one to go. Another missed 3. Johnson fighting for the rebound. He earned that one. It gets out to Isaiah Lee as Russ Schroeder says, pump the brakes. Let's chill and set up the offense. 49-41, UC Irvine by 8, playing sensational defense against Boise State tonight. The Broncos shooting 31%, 2 for 18 from behind the arc. Velp with the pass over to the right side, it's to Baker. J.C. Butler has been really good in this game too. 3 to shoot. Baker in and out. Boy, if that one would have gone, that would have been close to dagger territory. Instead, it's an 8-point game. Here's Boise State. This one far from over. Anteaters still have to keep playing hard, and J.C. Butler is going to be called for a reach here. That's going to be the 7th against UC Irvine. 4th against Butler. And a timeout on the floor. A 1-and-1 for the Broncos when we come back, but Austin Johnson's block party has helped UC Irvine take an 8-point lead. 49-41, Anteaters leading the Broncos here at the Bren. Dawson Baker with a hard-earned 10 points tonight. It's the leading scorer for UC Irvine as the Anteaters have an 8-point lead, 49-41 with 3:22 to go. He's the only Anteater in double figures. The story of the night, though, has been Austin Johnson. His 5 blocks matches a career high. And he's doing it against a team that's picked the top half of the Mountain West. A Mountain West team that wants to compete for an at-large berth to the NCAA tournament in Boise State. The Anteaters got a win in Idaho 2 years ago. And now in the return game with a home and home, UC Irvine trying to sweep the series. Shavers leading the way with 10 for the Broncos. Dutree's added 9, as has Kijab. And that's been it. Akon held to just 6 points. Boise State as a team, 31% shooting. 2 of 18 from behind the arc. Akon set the strike now for a 1-and-1 after the last foul by Butler is 4th. Putting the Broncos in the bonus. So with 3:22 to go, a 1-and-1 chance here for Boise State. First foul shot. Knocked it down. Back to a 7-point game. He can make it a 2-possession ball game with this one here. Colin Phelps had 7 points in this one. J.C. Butler's been really good. 6 points and has contributed a lot defensively. J.C.'s work doesn't really show up in the box score, and he's had a great second half, but both free throws are good there. So now it is a 2-possession game. Here comes a full court press of Boise State. Velp has trouble hanging on to it, gets knocked away. Will stay UC Irvine basketball. Shaver thought he had a strip. DJ Davis is going to come in here for J.C. Butler as the Anteaters want to get an extra ball handle on the floor. Velp's your inbounder here against the full court press of Boise State. Baker, Lee, and Davis are his options. The pass gets inbounded over to Isaiah Lee, up ahead to Baker, able to beat the press, no problem. So now UC Irvine can try to drain some clock. Isaiah Lee with it up top. Here's Lee, looking over the right side for Baker. Baker, baseline, draws a double team. Gets rid of it over to Davis. Davis, Velp, his defender goes flying. Davis alone for three. DJ Davis hits the three! UC Irvine by 9. Best possession of the night for the Anteaters. 2:42 to go. 52-43, a layup on the other end. Good for Shaver. He's got a dozen, and now Isaiah Lee gets fouled after the inbound on the full court. And that is going to go against Smith, but a 1-and-1 chance coming for Isaiah Lee. And now the Anteaters just got to make sure they can make some free throws. That's going to be the story the rest of the night. What a basketball possession right there. Russ Turner talked about this in the pregame today about playing unselfishly, and there have been moments you just kind of watch college basketball. You look like you're wanting to rush stuff, but he also was like, you know, this UC Irvine team, these players, because I don't think they're selfish, they just all want to contribute so much, and they all want to earn it. That was as patient and beautiful of a basketball possession as you can have, as Isaiah Lee hits the front end of the 1-and-1. 53-45, Irvine by 8, 2:35 to go. If the Anteaters win this game and hang on, it's going to be because of their defense and free throws down the stretch. Lee can't get that one. Boise State can't hang on to the rebound. This should be UC Irvine ball. The arrow is going to go. The officials are going to say it's Boise State possession. Boy, from my angle, I didn't see it the same way. We won't get a replay. We won't even get a review. Here's Shaver now. Shaver still with it for Boise State. 14 on the shot clock. He fires a contested two. Well defended by Isaiah Lee. And Colin Velp hunts down that rebound. It's up ahead to Lee. Lee across midcourt quickly. Lee goes back out to Baker, and now UC Irvine has a chance to set up their offense. Just over 2 minutes to go in the ball game. 53-45. Really, really bad a defensive game tonight. Velp nearly has it knocked away. Velp now with the pass over to Baker. Baker with a jab step, looking down low for Velp. Velp has it on the baseline. Dribbles towards the middle, and that's going to be a foul on the floor against Boise State. And they're going to call this one on Smith here. And that's going to be his second, team's 9th, which means the last 1-and-1 for Colin Velp. After this, Anteaters will be shooting 2. Austin Johnson and J.C. Butler and Isaiah Lee. Well, heck, throw Dawson Baker, Colin Velp, everybody into the mix. It's been a really, really good defensive evening for UC Irvine. And Colin Velp can help try to put this one away with some free throws. Front end of the 1-and-1, money. Velp now with 8 to go with 5 assists tonight and 4 rebounds. It has not been the best shooting night for Colin Velp, 3 of 11, but he has found other ways to be such a key part of this offense, and Boise State really has keyed in on Colin Velp, and other guys have risen to the occasion. It's been a very collective effort. Heck, Langston Redfield in the first half with 2 of the biggest buckets of this game. Colin Velp gets both free throws. UC Irvine by 10. 55-45 with 1:43 to play. Aycock fires a 3 quickly, missed it. Put back good though, underneath. That was Shaver, the smallest guy on the floor, that got the offensive board and the putback. 8-point game. Up ahead to DJ Davis. Lost it. Austin Johnson saved it. Now Davis is alone for 3. Missed it. J.C. Butler couldn't get the rebound. And now a foul by DJ Davis. And that's a frustrating sequence right there. And that's going to result in DJ Davis headed back to the bench. 1:22 to go. You just got to be mindful of the clock and understand the situation here. Actually, Davis is going to stay on the floor. J.C. Butler is going to be the one to come off. Assuming that if one of these free throws gets made, you have the full court press situation. You want to have your best ball handlers on the floor. The Anteaters have that with this group on right now. Here comes a 1-and-1 chance. Boise State. Devonaire Dutrieve at the line, misses the front end. Davis gets the rebound. And Davis atoning for the mistake with that big board right there. Up ahead to Lee. Aiders getting across midcourt. Isaiah Lee, good composure right there, looking for somewhere to go. Right as I say that, he coughs it up. So Boise State's gonna get it back. Boy, Boise State's not out of this game yet. The Aiders have looked a little rattled here the last couple of possessions. 68 seconds to go, 55-47. UC Irvine has an 8-point lead. Boise State will be inbounding here. They'll have to go the length of the floor. Ball gets up ahead to Kejad. Kejad with it. Over to the right side now. Shaver over Velp, left it short. Johnson the rebound, fouled immediately, and now Austin Johnson will shoot 2 free throws and a double bonus the other way. Tyson Dagenhart just came in a few minutes ago, has not played hardly at all tonight, but is in now and picks up the foul with less than a minute to go in this game. 55-47, UC Irvine by 8. They've led by as many as 10. And now Austin Johnson is at the stripe, shooting 2. First free throw. Rattles out. It was a good stroke, just didn't go. Johnson tonight, 4 points. Both scores have come on dunks, but 7 rebounds, 2 steals, and 5 block shots tonight for Austin Johnson. Here he is at the stripe, gets the second. So Johnson gets 1 of 2. It's a 9-point game. It's a big free throw. Aycott up ahead. Boise State needs a 3, and they've been miserable from distance. 2 for 19. Aycott's gonna fire. Make it 3 for 20. He gets that one, and now it's a 2-possession game. Less than 45 seconds to go. Timeout called by Boise State. They'll have 1 left. 56-50. Broncos not done. 44.9 ticks remaining as UC Irvine sets up what they want to do on the inbound here. And this is where some of those young players for UC Irvine, where their youth has been tested in the past, you want to see the growth and the maturity that you believe they've made over the last 12 months. I think a year ago, this would be ultra panic time for UC Irvine. Today, you want to be careful. I don't think anybody's panicking right now. You have a 6-point lead at home against a very good team in Boise State. You've played great defense all night. They just hit a 3, finally the Broncos did, but they're 3 for 20 from behind the arc. And that was probably the toughest look of them all that Aycott just drilled. Colin Velp's your inbound. His options to pass: DJ Davis, Isaiah Lee, and Dawson Baker. Austin Johnson is underneath the hoop on the far side. Big West Player of the Year candidate, Colin Velp, will pass it in. Preseason all-conference pick, finds Dawson Baker, back to Velp. It's over to Lee. Lee hustles across midcourt, he gets there. Andrews able to beat the press. In the corner for Davis. Davis hesitates on the 3. Wide open is Velp, he doesn't shoot it either. Andrews trying to drain some clock before Velp gets fouled. This is the guy you want, and Colin Velp will go to the line for 2 free throws. Really good job by UC Irvine. But I tell you what, the growth and maturity of this group is on display tonight. I'm telling you, a year ago, you would have been really nervous in that situation right there if you're a UC Irvine fan. First foul shot by Velp, barely gets the rim. Left it way short. He's got to get this one to make it a 3-possession game. He can almost put this one on ice if it goes. If he misses it, Boise State is right back in this thing. Just want to slam the door. Don't leave it cracked open. Velp missed both. Wow. Here comes Aycott. That's surprising right there. And both were short. I don't know, maybe Velp's tired. 3 ball by Kejad. That one's strong, tipped alive. Velp trying to fight for it and does. Gets a huge rebound on the other end after missing 2 free throws. Velp gets fouled, and Velp's got 2 more free throws coming with 18.4 seconds to go. 56-50, UC Irvine by 6 points. And Colin Velp, who just missed 2 free throws, was going back to the line. Colin 3 for 6 from the stripe in this game, 9 points, 6 assists, 5 boards. He has a steal and just 1 turnover, and has done so in 29 minutes. Velp and Baker have each played 29 minutes tonight. Austin Johnson's been next with 27. I would imagine those minute totals are going to be about what you see for this UC Irvine team as Velp able to hit that free throw. Now it's a 3-possession game. The UC Irvine faithful in attendance tonight, a packed student section, can breathe a little easier now. It's not over yet, but a much better position after that free throw went. Second foul shot, Velp gets it. So Colin Velp gets both, 8-point lead for UC Irvine. Shot clock is off, final 15 seconds. Acott launches a 3 off the mark, doesn't draw iron. Velp secures it, and UC Irvine is going to get their first win of the season. They got it in across midcourt. They finally do. Down low, J.C. Butler, the finishing touch. 58-50, UC Irvine beats Boise State to get their first victory of the season. A complete effort by the Gators that did it with their defense, holding Boise State to 32% shooting. The Broncos 3 for 22 from distance. Colin Velp led the way with 11, Dawson Baker 10, DJ Davis 9 are your leading scorers tonight. My name is Trent Rush, saying goodnight to our TV audience this evening from the Bren Event Center on the campus of UC Irvine. Final score tonight, 58-50, UC Irvine over Boise State. We'll have a post-game interview for the rest of you coming up shortly on the 8-Gator Basketball Radio Network. All games airing on the ESPN networks or streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.